Melissa.
Thanks for joining us. Today we are going to do another top 10 video. It is top 10, yeah. Well, we'll see. These are fun to do. They're fun for us to do. Yeah. And hopefully, people enjoy watching. This is top 10 best deals for games. Now, this requires a little bit of explanation because as I was going through this, I kind of changed how it was going to work a little bit. At first, I thought it would be best deals in terms of how much you paid with respect to how much the price at the time that you paid for it, or the time that I bought it was. The ones with the biggest disparity would be the better deals, but that was too hard to do because I don't know what the prices of these games were at the time I bought them. Not all of them, right? So what I did instead was I looked for games that I thought I had paid a low price for, and then since the games have become more valuable. So it might be cheating a little, but these are games that I paid a pretty low price. Maybe even at the time the price was a little bit low, and they have since at least surprised me in terms of how much they've grown in value based on what I paid for them. So maybe you'll find this interesting. I don't know. Let's see. So I went through my games, and these are the 10. And we'll just kind of go through them. Okay. We'll go through them starting from number 10 all the way up to the best deal I think I've ever gotten. All right. Software. Okay. Maybe we'll do a hardware one later. Oh yeah. Okay. So number 10. You wanna hold it up? Okay. Complete version of Megaman X. Now I bought this. Let's see. So I bought this in June of 2003. Okay. And I had been. This was when I was waiting at the mall or something for you. You had a job and you were having your car serviced. Okay. And I went and bought an Xbox that day. This was the day I bought my original Xbox. Oh my goodness. And I walked into an EB Games and
I was bringing home the bacon and you were frying it up in a pan.
Yeah, I was spending it. I walked into an EB Games and I saw this game sitting there, boxed, complete. The box isn't in great shape, but it's not in bad shape by any means.
Was it new?
No, it's used.
Oh, okay.
And I had heard of Mega Man, and I had heard of the X series on Super Nintendo. I said, well, I better buy this. This seems like a pretty good price. The price at that time was $14.99. And so I bought complete Mega Man X. And even then I thought, $14 for a Super Nintendo game in 2003 or whatever it was. It was 2003. You gotta be kidding me. But I bought it anyway because I knew Mega Man was a big deal. And it is now apparently worth $79.50.
Wow.
So I did the little math. That is a 530% increase.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good call. All right.
Yep. Actually, I said it wrong. It's 530% of its original value.
All right.
It's a 430% increase.
Okay.
All right. So we won't worry about that detail. Okay, so that was Mega Man X. Okay, so number 9.
Do they have to do this every time?
I don't know.
No,
if you do it every time.
But you paused, so I was like, do I have to do this every time?
Robo Aleste for the Sega CD.
Okay.
Now, this was one of the very first games I bought for my Sega CD because I am a big fan of the Aleste series. Grew up playing Power Strike on the Sega Master System. That is an Aleste game or a remake of the first Aleste game. And so I think this was the second Aleste game that I got. Oh, I had Xanac, which is in the same vein. Anyway, this was one of the first games I bought for my Sega CD. I bought it in June of 2000. And I paid $12.23 for it. Not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
And it might have even been new. I can't remember if it was new or not.
Is that
According eBay, yeah, eBay. According to today's price, it is worth $69.99, 573% increase. We'll just say increase from now on.
All right.
I think that's technically not true, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Ease. Oh, sorry. Number 8.
Okay.
Number 8. Ease.
I think they can count backwards.
Book 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx CD.
All right.
I got this on April 15th, 2013 from a Craigslist bundle that included a number of games plus a Sega TurboGrafx CD system and TurboGrafx 16 console. And I can't remember how I worked out these prices. I think what I did was I took the sum of all the current market prices and took the price I paid and divided it, and then I scaled them all by that fraction. So this works out to be $13.
Very nice.
And that was in April of 2013. It's now worth about 100.
Wow.
769%.
Wow.
All right.
I can't believe things are even better than that.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next, number 7. Galactic Attack for the Sega Saturn. Now, this was at Game Crazy at Hollywood Video. I love Game Crazy. I miss Game Crazy. Walked in there one day. They had Galactic Attack sitting there, and I'm like, that looks like a shooter on the Sega Saturn. No way am I walking away from this. And I think you may remember, you were with me. I think they had a Saturn. I bought a used Saturn at Game Crazy once for $20. It was just sitting there. I went, for $20, I'll take a chance. Yeah. So this might have been the same day. This was January 2nd, 2002. Great way to welcome in the new year. Great shooter. Okay, so I paid $4.99.
Oh my goodness.
$4.99 for a complete box Sega Saturn game. And it is now currently worth about $43.
Wow.
So 862% increase.
That's why they're out of business. So they're always selling their games.
They're always selling their Saturn games for pennies. Yeah, no kidding. All right. Okay, number 6.
Ooh, another
Saturn game. I think this is the game I bought. I'm not even sure I had a Saturn yet. I think I saw this sitting at the store and I said, I better buy this. It's got Space Harrier, Afterburner, Outrun on the Saturn, and it's working designs. I'm buying this, and I'll buy a Saturn later. I can't remember. My recollection is that I bought this before I had a Saturn. Sega Ages, bought on May 6th, 2000, and I paid $6.95 for it. Currently worth $62. Complete, in this condition, complete. 892%.
Wow.
Okay?
So many games on there that you play.
Yeah. I do play Sega Ages when I pull out the Saturn.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay, and number 5 is...
Ooh, and look at it's called Ninja 5. Oh.
All right.
Ooh.
That's a coincidence.
Yes, it is.
So tell us about this one.
Well, we got this in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We decided to... There's a swap meet right up the street at the mall, kind of?
Yeah, it was like the mall.
Yeah.
Convention center by the mall.
Yeah, convention center. And so we're like, oh, let's go check it out. What the heck? And so we walked around, didn't see much, and then we saw one guy with video games, and you checked it out, and you were like, I think I need to get this one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And I think this was like the only time we've ever seen this
Yeah.
new at the store.
I had recently read about this game being very good for the Game Boy Advance, and so I made a mental note the next time I saw it to grab it. And I didn't realize it was going to be really hard to find. I mean, the article, whatever, said it might be a little bit tricky to find. So when I did see it at this swap meet, I just went ahead and grabbed it. And I don't think we've ever seen it again.
No, I think that was like our only purchase that day too. For the whole swap meet. So
I grabbed it because I heard it was good, and I knew I hadn't seen it around, and it was going to be hard to find. So, so yeah, we got this on January 24th of 2004. We were living in Pittsburgh, and we paid $20 for it, new. And I've since opened it. It's no longer sealed because I've played it. Yeah. But we paid $20 for it new, and according to today's price chart, it is worth $232.50. So that,
holy cow!
Yeah, so that is 1,163% of its original price.
Not to give anything away, but this is like the most expensive one.
The most expensive one of what?
Of being worth now of this group.
Oh yeah, this is the most expensive game of this group, and we've also cracked the 1,000% barrier. This is the first game that cracked 1,000%.
This is like a big game.
So yeah,
this is a big deal.
Big deal. So yeah, glad to have Ninja 5.0 for the Game Boy Advance.
Cool. All right.
Okay, next, number 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, Mario Party 5. But it's loose.
Loose. You bought this one.
I bought this one at a garage sale. I was at a garage sale and these kids had their games. I think they were all loose. And I tried to get them to get me the system and stuff, but they weren't really wanting to sell it, I think, so they weren't looking to give me a deal. And so when I just looked through the games, I saw this one and I played dumb and said, "Oh, Mario, my kids know Mario. Will they like this?" And they said, "Yeah." So I got it. It was $2. Oh, I was thinking it was $4.
$2. June
$2.
14th, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Just a year ago.
Yeah.
We bought it for $2 loose.
Okay.
Current loose price, $25. 41 cents.
We keep hoping we find the case.
Yeah, right. I'm sure we're going to pay more than $2 to get it.
Oh, yeah. We'll pay more than
12,
$25 probably even.
1,271% of its original price of what we paid. So it's worth.
All right.
Yes. Number 3.
Mighty Final Fight.
For the NES. This was a Craigslist bundle that had about, I forget how many games. 15 or something, 16. Yeah. About 5 of them, I think, I didn't have, including this one. I think we mentioned this in a video before.
Yeah.
I think what ended up happening was the guy said, well, somebody else is interested, but then he called me back and said, okay, I can meet you now. So I grabbed it for this game. And the way I did the prices was I just divided out the price. And so I calculated the price I spent on this as $6 for that bundle. Did I say the date? May 18th. May 18th, 2014. I paid $6. Current estimated loose value, $149.02.
Wow.
A 2,484% of the price I calculated that I paid for it. So it's a little wishy, you know. The whole bundle I paid $80 for, so you know, I figure I paid about $6 for this game.
Okay.
And number 2.
Number 2. This is the oldest game.
I think it is the oldest game of the bunch. Yes.
All right.
Number 2 is
Phantasy Star.
Yay! One of my favorites, Phantasy Star.
We played this. I played this with you.
Yes, we've played through that game.
I'm just saying, you've played through the game.
I've played through it. I've played through it a couple of times. Yes. She's played through it once. This was a bundle that we got. We bought about 80 Sega complete in box Sega Master System games from this guy, and my recollection is it was about $120, and it came with the bulk of my collection. I think came from this thing. It came with all kinds of great games, and that was a long time ago. That was before I was keeping real accurate records about everything. It was about July of 1997. And based on my memory of paying about $120 for about 80 some games, I estimate I paid $1.50 for Phantasy Star. And even at that time, that was a good price. I mean, most Sega Master System games in 1997 in the US were going for like a buck, a couple of dollars maybe, or pennies. Phantasy Star was in the teens or 20s even, or maybe even 30. So we just divided it all out. So I paid $1.50. For this game in 1997, and it's currently complete in this condition. I have the manual and everything, worth $43.51. So that is 2,901% of the value I paid. So this one might be cheating a little bit, you know, because I'm not sure I paid exactly $1.50, but that's about right. Okay, the point is that it was, you know, we got these games we got 80 of them for like $120. And none of them are worth as much. I think Phantasy Star is probably the most expensive Sega. Well, it's not. But it's one of the more desirable ones. All right, and finally, number 1.
Shining the Holy Ark.
Yeah. I found this loose at a local thrift shop. To this day, I have no idea why he had it marked at the price he did. I bought this I bought this for $2 on June 12th of 2013. So that was only 2 years ago, and this game was known to be worth more than that at the time. I don't know why he was only charging $2. He's been pretty good about keeping his prices in line with the market price. So he either figured he couldn't test it, so he didn't want to charge a lot for it, because it's kind of, you know, it's a Saturn game. I don't know what the deal was, but there were a couple of Saturn games I grabbed because I knew they were worth something. Shining the Holy Ark was one of them, $2. According to price charts, today a loose disc version would go for $65. So that is a 3,250% of the value that I paid. So yeah, it's about 30 times what I paid for it. So So yeah, I'd like to get that complete. This is the only Sega Saturn game I have that is not complete. Doesn't even have a case.
Yeah.
It's
not like you.
No, but I mean, hopefully you can understand why I bought it for $2.
Yes, no.
So yeah, so that's it. That was as I kind of it's not scientific. It's not maybe super accurate, but these are roughly the 10 best deals in games that I've ever gotten in terms of the price I paid and what they're currently worth now. In contrast to the most expensive games, which was the last top 10, many of those have dropped in price. But so that's it. Those are kind of my good deals in games that I've gotten over the years. Some very good, like Ninja 5.0 and Mighty Final Fight. Some were just those games weren't that desirable when I bought them, and so I got them for cheap. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's it.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed the video, like us and subscribe.